Hi guys, my name is Serena Poon and welcome to my show, Serena Lives. As a celebrity chef, nutritionist, and entrepreneur, I'm incredibly passionate about helping others live their best life through methods I call culinary alchemy, which is a combination of education, integrative and functional nutrition, and healing and intuitive energy. So with each episode, I'm going to share with you the inspiring stories of some amazing people, entrepreneurs from all different backgrounds, who will share how they overcame personal challenges in their journey to have the success that they have today. And today, I am so honored to introduce to you Valerie Grandury, who is the owner and founder of Odacité, this beautiful, beautiful skincare line. And you know, there's so much I want to talk about to everyone about you, but I just want to share with everyone how we first met. For me, I felt like it was just like a kismet sort of soul connection. I heard you talking about your brand at Soho House, West Hollywood, and you talk about your journey from fighting cancer to fighting wrinkles like it's no big deal. And it is such a big deal. And when I heard your journey, it was so profound to me that, you know, because my personal journey began with my parents having cancer. And that's what I do today. And my passion and, you know, and what I do to help others live their best life and teach about self-care. And so, you know, your story, I just feel like needs to be shared, not just, I mean, it already is just so many, but I would love my community to know it. So tell us, you know, how this started and, you know, what that moment, or I guess it's not even a moment, that period in your life.
Yeah.
I would just hand it over to you because it's such a beautiful, inspiring story.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, for me, it was a big shock. I had breast cancer and
how old were you?
45.
Yeah.
And I really had never been sick in my life, so it was like a big surprise. And I kind of thought of myself like invincible.
Yeah.
And it came with a very bad prognostic. I had 3 tumors in my breast. It had metastasis to different parts of my body. And basically, I think that something that comes back from, you know, a lot of people that went through cancer is that feeling of you completely lose power over your life. You're taken by doctors into a series of treatment. Yeah. So for me, my treatment was surgery, then chemotherapy, then 6 months of radiation and 5 years of drugs.
Wow.
And it only gets better from there. But I like what you said about how health challenges can actually become incredible opportunities in our life. And I think for me, cancer was this opportunity to fully open myself and kind of, you know, breaking the ceiling of your limitation. There's a point where you have to ask yourself, who am I?
Right.
What do I want? You know, and for me, I think that what happened is I had surgery and then they put me under something that was called dose-dense chemotherapy, which is a very strong form of chemotherapy. And before the end of the chemotherapy, they had to take a break because my immune system was very compromised.
Of course.
And then at that point, I kind of had that haha moment of thinking, is this going to be my life from now on, being on treatment all my life for what it seems to be 5 years and with like very unexpected good, you know, outcome out of this. And at that moment, I realized that this was my opportunity to really research and look into something that would be a little bit different. So I took back my disease, I want to say, and I did a lot of research. I met with some incredible doctors and integrative doctors. A lot of them, I had them on the phone because I couldn't travel. I was so immune compromised. And the one thing that was coming back, which was fascinating from everybody, was, Valerie, you need to boost your immune system. And I said, yeah, well, that's, you know, that's easy to say. Thank you, but what do I do? And basically, I mean, most of them said, well, the first thing that you need to do is adopt a vegan diet. So that was immediate. Second, it would be better if it was raw because it's pre-digested food, and and it's easier for your immune system. Third, you need to start moving. So for me, it's yoga every day. You need to detox your mind, right? So that's yoga and meditation together. And then they said, and then you need to change everything about your skincare.
Wow.
And I'm like, what?
And that was a surprise.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I'm happy to detox my entire life, and I'm going to do that. And then they said, you need to move away from pollution. And I'm like, okay. So that I sold the big house in the Hollywood Hills, and I moved to Topanga, which is so beautiful and pristine. But when it came to skincare, I really had never realized that there was toxicity in skincare. And
most people don't.
No, most people don't.
I didn't either, until someone told me, so.
And it's really interesting because when you research, there is over 10,000 chemicals that are allowed in skincare.
It's crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
And these are chemicals that you would never be allowed to eat.
Never. And I think that what's most alarming is all the chemicals that are actually hormone disruptor.
Yeah.
That really, in case of feminine cancer, one of the main trigger is hormone, imbalance.
Right.
So anyway, I'm in the middle of this incredible detoxification journey. I quit my job to do it. I went back to school to become a health and wellness coach. And I went to try to find natural products. And at that point, I think that every single French gene inside of me was like, oh my God, this is not skincare.
This is like the antithesis, what you've been taught.
And I think that I think when I say, French women really love skincare very much. And part of it is because we love, we don't wear a lot of makeup. We love bare skin. So skincare really has to be our makeup. So it's always formulated with efficacy in mind as opposed to anything else. It's really like all about the results. It's also all about luxury, you know? And it's this incredible ritual that's transferred from your grandmother and your mom. And then when you're around 12, you kind of learn how to take care of your skin, and and I always say it's like a rendezvous with myself,
Yeah.
And it's true. Today we're so busy, we're so, and we have such crazy lives, you know, that for me that those 5 minutes morning and night, that's all about taking care of my skin is in a way is an act of self-care and self-love, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And anyway, I wanted to have that French skincare without an ounce of toxins, and because I couldn't find it, I decided to create it.
Wow, that's so beautiful. So you literally you're like a little chef in the kitchen.
Yeah, very much like you.
Making beauty care, and you formulated these recipes. I mean, how did you start? I wouldn't know where to begin.
Yeah.
If I were to make my own blend of anything, I'm using all your oils, and blending something for myself because you've made it so user-friendly. But how did you start?
Before I got sick, I used to produce very big commercials all over the world.
Okay.
And I had this army of location scouts that worked for me. So I hired them to go and find me the best natural beauty ingredient from their country.
Ah, brilliant.
And what is really fascinating, and that also I'm talking about bridging, the green California lifestyle with, the French approach of skincare, is that in all those countries, there is a tradition of skincare that goes back to thousands of years.
Sure.
And what are, like, for example, one of the first oils that I received was green tea seed oil that comes from Japan. And it's been used by the geisha for thousands of years to keep that beautiful, luminescent
flawless
skin and the glow, right? And then when you look scientifically into the green tea seed oil, you see how it's bursting with antioxidants. So our ancestors knew, and with the science today, what I can do is that I can select the oil that's the most active, that has the highest concentration of nutrients.
Right.
And so it literally started in my kitchen. I had all this amazing ingredients that came. And it was such a discovery. And at the same time, I was transitioning a complete new lifestyle.
Right.
I was, doing yoga, meditation, changing my diet, learning new way to feed myself with only raw food and raw ingredients, and discovering at the same time the essence of the plant.
Right.
And I remember I got this incredible tamanu oil that comes from the rainforest of Madagascar. That's incredibly purifying, and is still in my cleanser.
Wow, yes.
I had seaweeds that came from Ireland, and I use it in my mist because it's incredible, like completely refreshing your skin. It's like a wave of ocean that comes to your skin. And I started to play with those ingredients and create, serums and creme. And I will always remember when the first product I created and I started to put it on my face, I was like, oh my God, this is like, it's almost the same feeling that when you take your first green juice, it's like, it feels like it feeds you to the cellular level, right? And I know, okay, this is what I want on my skin every single day of my life. And that's how the idea of Odacité started.
That's so amazing. I mean, at that moment, how were you in remission? Were you still undergoing treatment? I mean, your body is probably wanting nutrients from anywhere that it can get it, so.
So what I did is after I decided to embark in a complete detox of my life, I asked all my doctors to pause all the treatments for 6 months. And they all thought I was crazy.
Right, of course.
And it was really hard because, even my family, my mom, and it was all about love. She said, you can't do that, you're going to die. And I said, well, anyway, they tell me I'm going to die, and I don't want the 5 years that they promised me to be all about chemo and radiation. I want, even if it's shorter, I want it to be alive and full of discoveries and travels and things and something new. I want the intensity. I want each second of this life to be incredible. So anyway, for 6 months, I did, raw vegan diet, yoga, meditation. I also stopped any form of sugar. That means no fruits too, and that was the hardest part. I exercised. I really completely detoxed everything about my life. And 6 months later, they put me back in the PET scan, and it's been 13 years, and they still haven't found cancer. It's all gone.
I mean, that is just amazing. I wish we had a whole stadium of people here right now who could give you an applause for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, that's such a powerful, powerful story, and something that I feel like everyone who's battling anything,
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be cancer. Anything that's, we were talking about how challenges bring, opportunity in our lives. It's just like you don't, and please don't wait to be sick to take ownership of your health. We live in a society that's super, super stressful, and I see it with my clients all the time.
Sure.
The level of, and the level of expectation also that's put on women today. You have to be like, I have a lot of young moms, and what they have to do to be what they think is a good mom, and at the same time have a career, and and always be nice and charming and beautiful and take care of everybody. So it's a
lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. So nobody, and it was also one of the things that, if you want your children and your family to be happy, you need to feel well and to be able to give, because otherwise it's,
you have to
nobody's
nourish
going to
yourself.
Be happy. Yes.
I mean, I think that's why, both our brands are rooted in that kind of self-care.
Yes.
How you have to take care of yourself first in order to take care of everybody else,
Of course.
And I just think that that's so, I mean, it's so bold that you decided to say, hey, look, I know what you're telling me. I have a family, I have kids, but this is how I know, this is what I know is the right thing for me to do. And that's, I mean, when you made that decision, and I know that there are people out there who have this internal conflict about what the right and the wrong thing is to do. I mean, what helped you make that decision?
I always say, I think there's no wrong choices. And you have to go for the one that resonates really deep inside of you. And for me, I'm a very logical person. Like, I don't believe like I'm going to take a pill and I'm going to be healed. But when all those doctors explained to me the idea of boosting my immune system and letting my immune system do what it's supposed to do, which is basically kill cancer cells, it was so logic. It made so much sense. And I knew that the road was not going to be easy and that, I would have to change everything about my life. But it became my full-time job. I gave myself these 6 months to heal my body. And instead of taking it as a restriction, I embraced it as a world of abundance. It's like
amazing.
And people told me, well, how do you do with, how can you quit like this, eating meat? And it's just like, I don't miss it. I don't miss it because it's not like I'm restricting something. I'm opening like a whole world of plants and nuts and seeds and sprouts. And when you step into that world of how would we say, like, let food be that medicine, right? It is so true.
Yes.
It is so true, and it works.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, and in 6 months, I think that gives so much hope, to people who are even as, and I don't want to say simple, but even something like losing weight, I feel like it's daunting to a lot of people, and it's so much of it. What I hear is it's just your perspective.
Your perspective and your inspiration. You have to find ways to be inspired because when
and how did you, in that time period, what you were told?
So for me, I went back to school to become a health and wellness coach. So I really studied, wellness in a very holistic way. And it's always been an area that I was interested in, but I never really had time to look into it. And I think learning for me is the key of inspiration. And I always say, the day you stop learning, you're not creative anymore, right?
Yes.
And I think that we have so much to learn, and learning can be. Through a book, through a we live in LA, so much time in cars, so podcasts are amazing. But it can also be as simple as stepping into a museum. I went, to visit, but I'm a fan of botanical gardens.
Oh, yes.
And all this is like such a sum, and especially today, it's so easy. It's so here. You just, you Google on the phone anywhere. So that, for me, that inspiration was like, really, really important for me to stay the course. And I know myself. I know that I have moments like I'm like, whoops, I'm going to fall off because, I'm too stressed and I'm travel too much and it's so hard to keep on. But I say, okay, fine. It's okay. It's going to be not so great for a week. And then you come home and then you go back to, whatever is, optimum for you. So.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. So, I mean, that's why education is one of the biggest pillars for what I do and teach my clients in culinary alchemy. And I remember that was something that my dad always said, was just like, you never stop learning. No matter, even if you think you're already good at something and you're an expert, which none of us really are, because the learning cycle never stops. The process always goes. So
it'd be sad if we were, perfect at something.
No, I mean, there's so much.
There's always room for improvement and knowledge and curiosity, and that's also part of the beauty of like losing your certitude. Like you're you're sure of something, but why are you so sure of that? Why are you always people ask me, where do you get your protein, for example? It's just amazing.
I know people, because I'm plant-based as well, so.
And I say, well, most people are not deficient in protein. They're deficient in vitamins and minerals and all this.
Exactly.
I'm not asking you where you get them.
Right.
So anyway, it's always funny. So all is like losing the things that you've been told you need to do, and just reinventing. And that's so beautiful as you're growing, is that you open all those doors of possibilities and learning something new. Life is fabulous.
Yes. And let's talk for a second about some of these amazing products that you have. I mean, I love that you kind of took that science side to this.
For me, it was really, really important to embrace the scientific aspect of it. So when I say I like to bridge, French skincare with California lifestyle. So what does it mean, French skincare? It means like if I want to go for clinical grade ingredients to get those clinical results, I'll go for this. I'll do vitamin C, I'll do CoQ10, I do vitamin E, but all that in a base that's completely pure, that has no chemicals and no preservative in it. So I think you know a lot of these.
I know I have every single one of these, but let's at least tell the audience about a couple of your favorites, and then we'll tell them where they can find it
here. So we have all those serum concentrate here, and so that's one of the things that I discovered is working as a health and wellness coach and really listening to people and to their skin is that the skin is constantly changing. Right? And there's so many things that affect our skin, right? Like the weather or, your sleep, your food, your diet. And so what happens is that you may have, dehydrated skin in the morning and then a pimple at night, and then you can't sleep and you have a lack of glow. So the principle of those serum concentrate is very simple. It's a targeted solution for a specific skin concern, right? So let's say that I want to treat, I'm going to take the one for pimples. I want to treat for pimples. This is what I add to my skin routine. And I use it either as a spot treatment or I mix it into my creme so that it creates a preventative treatment. Yes. So it's just like it's super concentrated dose of active, so you really need a small amount.
Oh, it smells so good too. I think I smell on my nose. I won't get it there for sure.
Yeah, it's all essential oils. Essential oils are also talk about a discovery.
I know. It's everything.
It's just so amazing at all the level, at the skin level, but also at the mood level.
Oh yes,
so
and you can ingest
this
too.
is all, we're very known for the serum concentrate because there's 18 of them and it just targets specific skin concern. This is our matcha cleanser. It's a powder that you mix with a little bit of water. And
I love. I have that
too.
I know. It's amazing.
I know. And people always ask me, can you eat it? And actually, you could probably doesn't taste very well, but it also has freeze-dried aloe vera in it.
Oh, yes.
All right.
I have aloe vera every day.
Exactly. We want to have aloe vera every day. But it also has fruit acid, so it gives you a nice little peel at the same time. Has a bit of honey, so this one is not 100% vegan because it has honey. And then it has a foaming powder that comes from coconut. So when you mix, you put a scoop in your hand, and when you mix it, it turns into this incredible like foam, like really luxurious foam, green, apply it to your face and rinse it off. And for me, it's like a facial in 5 minutes because of the fruit acids. Black mint cleanser, all about activated charcoal. It's a purifying cleanser.
Oh, that I don't think I have. So I'm gonna have to pick one of those. So.
You can keep that one.
Okay, well, thank you. I haven't tried it yet.
And then this is our latest product. It's the All Embracing Serum. And this is a serum that's going to work on all skin type. And that's really all about hydration. So it's a dry serum that doesn't make you feel greasy or oily, but it's like enveloping your skin in a veil of hydration.
Oh, beautiful.
And in order to do this serum, we do our own, I call it our own tea. And it's a plant extract. And so we mix hibiscus flowers. It's very rich in vitamins and also in a nice little acid in it. We add calendula flowers to have a very soothing effect. We add immortelle flowers. They come from Corsica. They have incredible age-defying property.
Yes.
And then we add at the end oats so that it gives to the skin this incredible velvety kind of finish at the end. And for people that have like dry skin or, dermatitis and skin that feels really like patchy, the serum is incredible, but the base is watermelon seed oil, so it's not greasy.
Wow.
And the scent is, if you like essential, here, let me put it. The scent, if you like essential oil, is all around neroli, the flower
I love
orange blossom.
It smells incredible.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I'm I'm obsessed with this one.
Oh my gosh.
So you see how the velvety feel, it has like this incredible glide in it. So the idea for this serum is that you can use it with our gua sha. Have you heard about gua sha?
Oh yes, I have one.
You have one, of course. So gua sha is an ancient Chinese traditional medicine technique, and so basically the idea is to scrape the skin and move the qi. And so we were inspired by that, and we created one that has very specific angles and shapes so that it can perfectly adapt to the skin. See, it's just going to go like this. And basically you put your all-embracing serum so that it has that perfect glide that's given by the oats. And then after that, you follow a specific pattern going up your skin. So you're working on two things. You're working on the fascia of the muscle, which is the place where there's very rich in collagen. So by stimulating it, you're stimulating collagen and you're giving yourself a lifting effect. But you're also moving all your lymphatic system away from here and then just down here. And by doing this, you're having a fantastic detoxifying effect. And you're also accelerating the blood circulation. So you bring more oxygen to the skin. So people always, the first time they do it, they're amazed at the glow they have immediately after and how relaxing it is, because we don't realize how much tension we keep in our face. And one of the things is that when you do it here on the eye here is, well, if you have a little bit of, headache or tension or sinus here,
takes it all away.
Yeah, it takes it all away. It's incredible.
Amazing.
Gua sha.
Well, tell us where we can find all these incredible products.
So you can, obviously you can find it on our website.
On our website, which is?
Odacité.com. So people ask me, how do you pronounce Odacité? It's like audacity.
Audacity.
But with the O at the beginning because it's organic, and then E with a little accent at the end because we're French. Odacité. A lot of people say Odacite.
No, it's
but
Odacity.
You can go to Nordstrom too. You can go to Blue Mercury.
Okay.
You can go to Space NK. You can go to the Detox market here in LA that
which
has.
we love.
We love the best of green beauty. If you're interested in green beauty, the Detox market is like the Mecca.
It is. It is one of my favorite places. So
very easy to find.
Yes, so great. So and on social media, it's Odacité as well, right? Just the one word. And that's it. I'm so excited. I mean, I could talk to you for hours.
So much.
Thank you for coming. This was Valerie with Odacité on Serena Loves TV. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.